Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Marsha Kerr Talley, and I want to give a special shout out to everyone who tunes into Candid Conversations with Marsha. Listen, we've been having some amazing in-depth conversation lately. Last week, I spoke to Sian Hill. She's a therapist and she has different strategies that she used to help people to reconnect with themselves and heal through the emotional traumas. And we discussed so many of those last week. And the week before that, I had Natasha Henry and we were talking about mental illness, and she shared her personal story of mental ill health in her family with herself. And we talked about different strategies that we can use. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss the benefits of forgiveness in the healing journey. And it's interesting because this one topic of forgiveness actually created ripple effect that I did not see coming. So it started out with me seeing a post where someone responded that forgiveness was irrelevant, that it was unnecessary. And then other people were commenting that it was even sadistic to ask someone to forgive. And I was completely baffled because I was unaware that there was a branch of healing, wellness, therapists, counselors, helpers who were telling people that forgiveness was unnecessary. And it was like, whoa, a shock. It was a shock to me. It was definitely a shock to me. So from there, I made a comment, then I reached out to a few people, and one person, we were definitely on the opposite side of the spectrum when it came to forgiveness, whereas I stand firmly that forgiveness is a part of the healing journey, a necessary part of the healing journey. She believed it wasn't. And in fact, she believed asking someone to forgive will re-traumatize them, and asking someone to forgive will cause more damage. And I really feel like that is problematic to say because, one, forgiveness is where we release not just the pain, not just the past, but the person. And sometimes we cannot move forward with anything that we do, even though we're doing all the other work, because we have not done that piece yet. Now, I'm not going to say every single person's forgiveness is going to look the same. I don't know that part. But I'm also not going to tell you that forgiveness is unnecessary and irrelevant and sadistic and dangerous and harmful and traumatizing. Nope, not going to do that, because in my healing journey, forgiveness was a pivotal part of it. Anyway, I wanted to have this conversation because I wanted to see how we could come to some mutual understanding for the benefit of the listeners, for our listeners. But this person decided that she no longer wanted to be a part of the podcast. While even discussing it, I could tell she was very triggered. There were things about her past that just the idea of forgiving was not something that was on the table for her. And she felt like forgiveness should be taken off the table completely. And so, moral of the story with that is we are going to have some other guests, therapists from the States and also from the UK. And we are going to talk a lot more about forgiveness in upcoming weeks. Additionally, this is going to be part of my course that I've included. I'm going to include this into my course because I did not realize there was a debate. I didn't realize that this was a discussion that needed to be had. And it is a fundamental piece of the healing process that I would like to introduce to some and remind others. And so that course is currently available. I'm also developing it to make sure that it has some va-va-voom to it. So if you would like to be a part of that, please let me know. Today, I'm not going to talk too much. I just want you to know that tomorrow and for the upcoming weeks, we will be discussing forgiveness. So stay tuned to Candid Conversations with Marsha. And also check out my blog. There's a blog on my website that is addressing forgiveness and the benefits of that. So tomorrow at noon, we will be broadcasting our live stream, and we will be discussing forgiveness. We may also have a later time to accommodate my US guests, so stay tuned for that as well. But I am actually very excited. This has been a very insightful time for me. And I look forward to seeing and hearing how these podcasts, how these episodes have been assisting you in your own journey. All right, that is it from me today. Make sure you follow me on socials, Marsha Kerr Talley. You can also subscribe to my website, marshakertalley.com. If you haven't bought a book, Healing from Emotional Traumas, yet, you can get a copy from my website, marshakertalley.com, and definitely subscribe to my podcast here and on all the places where podcasts are streamed, including YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, and definitely join us for the conversation. I want to hear your input. Talk soon. Bye-bye.